Putting both feet on the ground if you're sitting. You can lie down if you'd like, if you're not too tired. And just start with deepening your breath, closing your eyes if you'd like to, or setting your gaze downwards. Just focusing and bringing your attention to that breath. Giving yourself some deep breaths. And settling in. At this point, returning your breath to normal. And we're going to move to our first part of our meditation today. Our boundaries, our property. Picture yourself standing in a beautiful, lush, green grass area. And there's a small house that you've built by hand in the middle of it. This house represents you and all the work that you've put into yourself. And the grassy space around you that goes on for miles is the world outside of you. You decide that it would be a good idea to plant some trees and maybe some shrubs so that these plants can aid in protecting you and your house from harm, from weather, from intruders. These plants can help to protect and maintain your house, while also beautifying your space and benefiting the wildlife and people around you. For example, a raspberry bush is very spiky and dense. It makes it hard to pass through to your house. Yet it gives a bounty of fruits for us and others to enjoy and be nourished by. If you plant many in a row, they'll protect you just as well as a tall electric fence. But this plant also gives. When you plant tall trees, they will protect you from harsh winds through all of the seasons. Tall trees can supply us with the most oxygen. Therefore, they're giving while also protecting. You look at these beautiful life forces that you're planting on your land, and you notice maybe they need a water source. You find an area around your house and you begin to dig, making the shape of a very small pond. As you step back from the circle of dirt you've created, you know that only a few heavy rains need to pour down and it'll begin to fill and turn into a natural source of water. The pond serves many purposes on your land. It not only provides you and the wildlife with water, but it also gives you somewhere to go to meditate and reflect on the good things in your life and the good things you do for yourself and others. You look around at your plot of land and are proud of the things that you see, the things that you've planted, the things that both protect and nourish. It is your responsibility to take care of the home in the center of this property, putting up proper barriers that with love and care will also give back and provide. Taking care of your space and house, making sure to visit the pond to meditate, and being mindful of what needs your attention. Take some time now to head inside into your home that you've created. Opening the front door and entering your living space. Within that room, you see a couch with a soft, cozy blanket. You walk towards it and you settle in on the couch and cuddle up inside the blanket. Maybe there's a fire going that warms up the space that you're in. Just take a look at the room that you're in and what brings you peace and joy inside of it. As we sit on this couch, we begin to set an intention for our space and move to the affirmation setting at this point of the meditation. You set an intention sitting inside of your home. It's time for me to regain my inner strength, to remember who I am, to own my space. I intend to learn now, to teach others how I'd like to be treated. I learn now, I try now to set boundaries. Just taking a deep breath in through your nose and, if possible, out through your mouth. Maybe another. The boundary simply teaches ourselves and others how we want to be treated. It's simple, yet a lot of us lack the training on how to do this. Today we learn. We must begin to realize where we have prioritized our time and energy. Come back to our space, what we want, what is okay and not okay in the world, in the property that we have created. Listen to these statements now and allow the truth of them to resonate within you as we help ourselves in our space to begin to accept boundaries. Feel free to repeat any of them to yourself or repeat them out loud if you're in a safe space to do that now. And we start with, I'm willing to take up space. I have limits and I express them. I am aware of my personal space and no one will violate it in any way. I am willing to take care of myself. I have wants, desires, and needs, and I am learning what they are. I will let others know what I am feeling. I am worthy of setting boundaries and speaking up for myself. I am worthy of being treated with respect and kindness. Letting those words settle into our bodies, and checking in to see maybe what emotional responses come up while hearing those statements or repeating them to ourselves. Breathe into that emotion right now, if possible. Taking a deep breath in and letting it go. I'll leave you for a few seconds now to reflect or maybe continue with more statements that you need to hear right now in order to help you start accepting and building your boundaries. And I'll come back in a few moments. At this point, as we're rounding the end of our meditation, taking some deep, deep breaths, deepest breath you've taken all day. Understand that this is a learning process. It takes time to heal. It takes time to set our boundaries. Give yourself that space to not give up. You are worth it. When you're ready, just listening to the sounds around you, feeling the chair beneath you, maybe moving around a bit, maybe stretching, and feel free to open your eyes if they're closed. Take your time and come back into the room that we're in.